Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm here for a special live stream edition. This is going to be a fan call-in where you guys have the opportunity to call me on Skype and make your voice heard on Rossoneri TV. So this is a special live stream, like I said. I wanted to do a little something different for the last live stream of 2016. I wanted to speak about the best AC Milan moments of the year, and there's a few of them that I'm going to be speaking about regarding myself, but I also want to know what your favorite moments of 2016 were for AC Milan. So as I said before, add me on Skype. The username is Rossoneri TV all together, and pretty much you guys could call me in at any time and I'll be answering your calls considering of what you guys want to be speaking about. Also guys, make sure to subscribe to Rossoneri TV, the biggest AC Milan fan channel on YouTube, to stay updated with everything going on at the club on a daily basis. So let's get started by, first of all, speaking about my favorite moments of 2016. It has been a pretty eventful year in terms of what has happened at Milan. First of all, we had three coaches in this year: Mihajlovic, Brocchi, and Montella. It wasn't the best of starts in 2016, of course. Our team was struggling. Then we picked up some form under Mihajlovic, but before you knew it, he was fired in April, and that kind of pissed me off. And then, of course, we know the whole story with Brocchi coming in. I wasn't really happy, like many of you guys weren't happy as well considering this. And, you know, it kind of pissed me off, that whole situation. Pretty much Mihajlovic, a coach with a winning mentality, was sent packing home. And Brocchi was brought on for about 6 games left or 8 games left. I don't really remember now. But it was near the end of the season, just before our Coppa Italia final. And speaking about finals, we actually participated in 2 cup finals this year, something that we hadn't seen in quite a long time at Milan. And even though we didn't win that Coppa Italia final there against Juventus, in which in my eyes and in many of your eyes, we were that game really didn't justify our performance, because we deserved more. We deserved to win that trophy. But of course, Juve, being the clinical team that they are, won it in extra time with a goal from Morata. Then finally Montella came in the summer. Things started to shape up with him. We got off to an amazing start of the new season, the 2016-2017 season. Things were looking great, and they still are right now. And he won us a trophy in his first season at Milan, the Supercoppa Italiana, which just happened last week, and I still remember that day like it was today, really. It was an amazing day, finally winning a trophy after 5 years. It was long awaited, and we finally celebrated a nice piece of silverware. But now, guys, it's your time to let me know what you guys think. What was your favorite moment of 2016? Add me on Skype. Rossoneri TV is a Skype handle, and I will be answering your calls. So speaking about my favorite moments of 2016 now, the first real best moment goes back all the way to January of 2016, and that goes back to the derby against Inter when we won 3-0. It was an amazing game, finally a great result against our city rivals, and honestly it was one of the best games I had seen in such a long time from Milan. All the fans were so happy. You could see the players were finally starting to gel again. Mihajlovic's work was put into practice, and it was just an amazing day, really, beating the city rivals 3-0 with goals coming in from Alex, Bacca, and Niang. Really, it was just an indescribable moment. It was just great to see Inter getting smashed by us, and I just had no words for that performance that day. It was just out of this world. I really, really enjoyed it, like of course many of you guys did. Now, the second best moment for me was the Locatelli goal against Juventus, which happened earlier this season. That goal was one for the books, really. It wasn't his first goal in a Milan shirt because he had scored already against Sassuolo, but that goal is probably going to be one of the goals, if not the goal of his career for Locatelli. And what a goal it was at just such a young age, to score a goal to beat Buffon in that top corner. I just could watch that goal over and over again, and it was amazing also because I was with the Milan Club Montreal, and we were watching that game, and there were some Juventus fans as well. And once we scored, we just went crazy. Everyone was jumping on top of each other. The Juventus fans couldn't believe their eyes. So to watch a game all together and put it in their faces at the same time was even more amazing. But definitely Locatelli's goal against Juventus goes down as one of my favorite moments of 2016. And finally, of course, like I said before, the Supercoppa Italiana, a trophy in which we didn't win in a long time, 5 years from our last trophy. It was actually the Supercoppa Italiana, our last trophy before this one. That time it came against Inter, this time against Juventus. The revenge was finally taken. We finally beat Juventus, and it was the second time this season that we did beat them, so I was really, really happy with that. Finally, we just showed composure, and for once it wasn't Juventus dominating the game. We were actually dominating it. We were taking our chances. We could have ended that game in 90 minutes, but at the end of the day, we had to go to extra time. Donnarumma coming out big in extra time, and also big in the penalty shots there with that save on Dybala. Mario Pasalic gave us the winner. And who would have said it? Milan being the Supercoppa Italiana champions just a week or so ago now. And that was definitely a great moment. Whoever was watching that live stream watch along during the game could obviously agree that that was one day, one hell of a day really for all of us Milan fans. So I still haven't received any calls, surprisingly, but I guess I'm gonna go into your comments and let me know what you guys, maybe what your best moment of 2016 really was. If you guys want to get involved, once again, call me on Skype. Rossoneri TV is the name to call, and we will speak to you then. Now, Sefuri says his favorite time was when we beat Juve 2 times in this season, and like I said, it's just amazing because many teams or many people in general would consider Juve a very tough team to beat, and we did it twice. What a team, in my eyes at least, were not even on the level of the players that Juventus have. But what we do have instead is a good core of young players that are motivated on a daily basis to do well, to fight, win games, and to improve their games as well. That is one thing that we definitely have with these youngsters. We might not have the most experienced players, but sometimes goodwill, and when you put heart into something, you get the results that you need. Moving on, Clayton says the best moment for me is seeing AC Milan win the first trophy, and especially against the Giants, Juventus. Yes, once again, the first trophy after such a long time. 5 years until from that last trophy that we won. And it was time, it was finally time that we had won a trophy. We were waiting for it for a very long time. We didn't really feature in many cup finals besides a Coppa Italia final at the end of last season. But in general, it was some very, very tough years that we had, and we had to go out there and win a trophy. That trophy was won for many people, Berlusconi, the president, but most importantly, the fans, because the fans that really put through all of this throughout the years, the fans that really had to go through the pain of watching Milan. Sometimes it wasn't becoming something pleasant to watch anymore. It was becoming something very difficult to watch, and people just couldn't take it anymore. And finally, Milan gave us a trophy to cheer about. Geek 101 says, I still can't believe Locatelli scored against Juve. Sensational goal. And it wasn't only the goal against Juventus that really had me jumping up and down. It was also that goal against Sassuolo. Another great game in which I didn't mention as one of my favorite times, best moments of 2016, but it definitely goes down with that list. Being down 3-1 against Sassuolo and coming back 4-3, 3 goals in a matter of what, 15 minutes, I think it was, 10-15 minutes. It was just amazing to watch. Bacca, Locatelli, Paletta scoring the game winner. What a game it was. And this is what we live for. You know, these exciting moments is exactly what we want to see as fans. Moving on. Some people are really joking around here, or maybe they're drunk. You guys are already starting your drinks. I'm gonna be starting that soon. But Geek 101 says, Gio, you think it's more likely than Rossoneri TV reaches 1 million subs by the summer, or Milan wins the Scudetto this season? Probably Milan winning the Scudetto. I don't think we're gonna reach 1 million subs anytime soon. It will be amazing, but I would maybe put a more reachable goal than 1 million subs at the moment. But yeah, if I have to answer your question, I think that Milan winning the Scudetto will be more realistic. Moving on, Electrical Drift says his best moment is when we sold Luis Adriano, and of course we still haven't sold him. It will happen in just a few days, at least that's what it said. But if you do recall, I don't know if this is a comment that you're trying to make that is a bit sarcastic, because he was supposed to go in China. I don't know if you guys remember that last January. The guy had already flied to China. He was about to sign the deal, and then he was sent back home. Can you guys believe that? Luis Adriano was sent to China. He had arrived in China, and then he was sent back home because he didn't agree on the contract. Like, I never heard of such a story in my life. And it was pretty funny, but I think this time is the right time. Luis Adriano will be joining Spartak Moscow in just a few days. His medicals are all that is left there. Nikesh says, Gio, how many subscribers' names do you remember? I definitely remember yours, and I definitely remember a lot of people that come on the live chat every day, because many times it's usually the same people that tune in every day. So obviously I do remember a lot of your names. Nikesh, I remember yours. You even called in there last time on the live stream watch along against Juventus. Nikesh says, Gio, 2017 already here in India. Happy New Year. And on that note, I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Still not New Year's here, but I know for many of you guys it's already a new year, 2017. So I wish you guys all the best in this year, and hopefully we'll get some very good results at Milan. Maxi Milan says, my best moments was when Locatelli scored against Sassuolo and also Juventus. And he says, of course, the win against Juventus in the Supercoppa Italiana. I'm really happy, so happy how Milan is progressing now. Jeffrey says, Happy New Year's. So once again, very Happy New Year to all of you guys. Yad Stan says, my favorite moment also was when we beat Sassuolo 4-3 with that amazing comeback and Locatelli screamer. Abhinav says, hey Gio, sorry to diverge, but any quick update on the winter mercato? Reason why I didn't do any winter transfer video today to speak about the news is because really there are not any reliable sources or any reliable reports coming in today, besides the fact of Deulofeu. It appears to be that Milan is still very interested in the player, and they actually want to go for a loan with option to buy from Everton. But I'll be speaking about that more in the next few days when we get more updates considering the player. But yes, so they want to get Deulofeu on a loan with option to buy. Now, Everton apparently want to find a replacement for the player before offloading him to any other team. So we'll see what happens, but definitely the next few days we'll know more of that. There was also some interest in Aurier from PSG, but that appears to be that it won't happen this winter, but something more to look forward to in next summer. Giuliano Lapadula says, my best moment was when Montella arrived as our coach. Ruth Week says, his best moment was a derby triumph, 3-0. Alex recreating that Mark Adderley goal. And what a goal it was from Alex. Just a banger of a header right past Andanovic. Just amazing. Yes, Sean, I do love this game. Are you happy with the answer? I think you're referring to Patrice Evra. But yes, I do love this game. Abhinav says, my best moments are the smaller wins we were able to grind out against teams like Pescara and Crotone towards the end. For a few seasons now, these games were the most frustrating, and I completely agree with your comment there, Abhinav. This was a season, well, at least it is being a season in which we are finally beating the teams that we were supposed to beat in previous years, and we just never had the opportunity to do so, or we just weren't motivated enough to do so. I don't know what the real reason behind it was, but we are finally there, and we are beating these teams, these lower table teams that in previous years we were just dropping way too many points against. So like you said, teams like Pescara, Crotone, I could even recall the game against Palermo there when we won it late with a Lapadula goal. These are games that we are finally winning this year, and I'm happy. This is something more of a trend in the second half of 2016 with the new start of the season. But yeah, definitely last season, way too many points dropped, especially against bottom of the table teams like Hellas Verona. When we lost against Hellas Verona, that team was already relegated, and we lost against them. So finally, we're seeing a bit of a change. We're seeing Milan finally beat these teams like Crotone, Pescara, Palermo, and that to me is a very positive and encouraging sign for Milan. So hopefully we continue on that road. Clayton says, Sean, we all love this game, but not Juventus. We are AC Milan fans. Giuliano Lapadula says, also a highlight of 2016 is that Milan finally have a good starting 11, not like the last 2 to 3 years. Definitely a more solid team. A team that is able to grind out victories against anyone. A team that is almost feared, I would say, in the Serie A. We were able to beat Juventus twice this season so far because we still have to play them again. So to me, it is very nice to see that we finally have a competitive squad, a team that is able to get victories, a team that finally puts some scared thoughts in the opponent's minds, because when they come out to face us in previous years, any team knew that they could come to Milan or face Milan and they had an opportunity to win that game. They weren't going to go against Milan and pretend that the game was already lost. They would actually fight against Milan. Even Frosinone last year was a team that was capable of going to the San Siro and scoring goals against us, and that to me is just very upsetting. So I think that's gonna wrap it up, guys. It's getting late for many people, I'm pretty sure. Unfortunately, there weren't any calls on Skype, but this is also because it is New Year's and many people probably are doing things that are not capable of speaking about Milan on Skype. But we will be continuing to do this on the watch-alongs, especially like we did on the Juventus watch-along, where many of you guys called to give in your thoughts about that game. So we will be doing that throughout the games in the 2017 year. So you guys can share your opinion on a daily basis when the games do go on. But on that note, guys, once again, I would like to wish you guys all a happy new year. It has been a great year for us at Rossoneri TV. Always appreciate your support, guys. Thank you so much for always coming on, giving your thoughts, and helping me build a bigger Milan community here. It is amazing to see always the same people. I want to thank those same people that come out on every video, guys, and support with their comments. really, if it wasn't for you guys, this channel probably wouldn't be running. So once again, thank you all for the great support you showed me in 2016. Much more to come in 2017, much better content. We have already started to create better content for you guys with different interactive experiences. But definitely, we want to improve our content. So if you guys have any suggestions for us, make sure to keep sending them in. We will try to improve as much as possible. But 2017 is definitely going to be a big year for Rossoneri TV. We want to expand, we want to reach other objectives, and we will be doing that with your support. So thank you guys all for joining me in today. Once again, Happy New Year to you guys, to your families, to your siblings, anyone that you guys know, and I wish you guys all the best in 2017. Thank you for watching. This has been Gio signing off, and as always, Forza Milan!